Hey kids, it's me, Toni Homeperm, the singing diva of Long Island, and I have a very special video for you today. I am reviewing a bunch of products that I received from Arismay Makeup for PR, and I'm astounded. It's the first time I've ever received anything in PR, and I am just so thankful to Arismay for sending me these products. They did it because I recently did a video where I reviewed their all matte palette, and I guess they liked what I did because they got in touch with me and asked me if I would be interested in receiving some products from them to try out, and I said yes, absolutely, of course. And I do want to say all of the products that I received, even though they were free, I am not being paid to create this video. I am not being paid to say anything one way or the other about the products. However, you can be assured that my opinions on the products are going to be 100% honest. I won't sugarcoat anything. If I don't like something, I will say it. That being said, I do have to tell you, when I use the first palette that I received from Arismay, which is the all matte palette. Now this is the first palette that I received from Arismay, a 36 pan all matte eyeshadow palette, predominantly a rainbow palette, but there are some neutrals in here, and I did a look with it. I was calling it my Gay Pride Tooth Fairy, but most people said that I looked like cotton candy, which is fine with me. I love cotton candy, and the palette worked really good. The mattes were all very pigmented, very blendable, and everybody loved the look. I loved the look, and I was really happy with it. And this palette I did purchase with my own money. So now cut to yesterday, and I got this big box in the mail, and lo and behold, it was the products from Arismay, and there was a lot of different things in here. So let me show you what we got. First was their foundation, and it is a matte liquid foundation, and I'm wearing it today. You'll see me apply it in the tutorial, and it went on really nicely. I really enjoyed it, and I think it looks really good. Also, it has this wonderful smell. It sort of reminds me of cucumber. It just smells so good. Sometimes foundations smell like paint, and you know, they're like, oh, but this smells so good you want to eat it. it really just smells so good, and it looks really good. There was also their waterproof concealer, and I used this in the base and for touching up and things, and it worked really nicely. It's probably not as light as I would like for a concealer for drag. It's more like my natural skin tone, but that's okay. It worked really good, and I'm going to continue to use it. Along with the foundation and concealer, they also sent along this beautiful sponge. I don't use sponges really for doing my base foundation. Usually I use them for highlighting and contouring. So this, after it's washed, I will probably continue to use this for highlighting and contouring. But it's a really nice soft sponge, and it's got this nice flat edge and this point, so you can really get into tight areas with it. Really nice. I also received this little tub of blue glitter, which I didn't get to use because of the color story that I was going with for today, but I will definitely use this in an upcoming video. They also sent me this stack of neon pigments, and I haven't done a look with neon pigments in quite a long time, so I think this is a good excuse for me to do a neon look, and I can't wait to do something along those lines. They also sent me some lashes, and probably this little dainty lash will probably be gifted to Tom Cat. It's probably just a little too small for me. These lashes I will probably use in a soft glam look. They just weren't right for this look today, but the lashes are beautiful. Okay, this is their black liquid liner. It's a felt tip pen, and it's just so beautiful. And I had put some on my hand yesterday, and it was still on till today. So it's really, really long lasting, a really nice sharp tip, and a really good long lasting formula. And the packaging is so beautiful. It's this black velvet with the copper banding. Really, really beautiful. Now this is one of their colored liners, and it's in this beautiful sort of coral red, orange red kind of color. I don't have anything like that as far as liners in my collection. Maybe I should just make a line with it so you could see. It's really, really sharp, really pigmented, really beautiful. And it was this liner and this lipstick that they sent me, and they're basically both the same color, that red orange coral. And so when I saw these two things, they were really the inspiration for the look that I wanted to do today. I wanted to do something red orange coral, but I didn't want to do a monochromatic look, so I said maybe what I'll do is do sort of a complementary look by going with a teal to complement the orange. And really that's my overall look, is sort of teal and orange, and I've never done a look like this before, and I am really happy with it. And of course, let me not forget, Arismay was also so nice to send me their other palette. Now this is a 36 pan all shimmer palette, so I am just so so grateful to them for sending this to me as a match to the all matte palette. And I did swatch it, so maybe what I should do is put the swatches up on the screen, and I'll go over them with you row by row. Okay, so here we have the first two rows of the eyeshadows that I have swatched, and it starts with sort of a champagne, a sort of a gingery shimmer, a pink, an orange, a blue, a teal, and then we go to the second row with sort of a pink, a red, a yellow, a more of a cobalt blue, a more vibrant teal, and then sort of an olivey color. And I have to say, as far as shimmers go, they were really, really pigmented. They're not the kind of shimmer that you would find in, say, It's Belle Cosmetics, where it's that sort of highly reflective, wet-looking kind of a shimmer. These have more pigment to them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So for some people, these would be considered a more wearable shimmer, I guess. Okay, here is the third and fourth row, and I have to say, looking at the swatches, they're just so much more vibrant when you apply them than when they are in the pan. So it really surprised me in a good way. So we have the first swatch, which is kind of a pink, then a purple, sort of a mustard, a periwinkle blue, sort of a seafoam green, an emerald green. Then we have another darker pink, a lighter purple, sort of a orangey shimmer, more of a brown shimmer. Then we have this beautiful sort of electric green, and the color that's probably my favorite in the palette, that silver white shimmer. That's the kind of shimmer that I just love to put all over the lid and look so good in any kind of a drag look. And the last row of shimmers, this bottom row really has a lot of pigmentation, and I think you could really create a beautiful shimmery smoky eye with this bottom row. So there's sort of a dark peach shimmer, this beautiful kind of eggplant purple shimmer. Then there's sort of a light coppery shimmer, more of a bronze, this beautiful olive shimmer, and then the black shimmer, which really was so pigmented for a black shimmer. I mean, it's just so good. Can't say enough. Can't say enough good things about a pigmented black. Okay, so those were the swatches from the Shimmer Palette, and as I said before, the matte palette I purchased with my own money. All the other products were sent to me in PR. I'm not being paid to do this video. I'm not being paid to say anything one way or the other. All you're going to get is my honest opinion of the products. I will make sure to put all of Arismay's information down in the description box, so if you want to order something for yourself, all the information will be listed down there. I'm not affiliated or anything, so I don't get any money back if somebody orders something. I just want that known. I'm being 100% transparent about everything here. I told you all the products that I received as PR, and my opinions on them are just that, strictly my opinions. With all of that being said, just to, cover all my bases, I do have to say I have enjoyed using all of the Arismay products, and I have not had any bad results with using any of the products. So I really do enjoy the brand, and they are a minority Latina owned brand, and I always highly encourage people to support the indie brands, especially the minority owned brands, because it's just the right thing to do. What can I say? I mean, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Maybelline, L'Oreal, they don't need your money as badly as the indie brands. I mean, that's just the honest truth. Not to mention the fact that the indie brands, usually the quality is a heck of a lot better than what you will find with the mainstream brands. Hello, Urban Decay? Okay, well, I think I have told you everything I possibly can beforehand, so why don't we just get into me showing you how I created this look today using all of these fabulous Arismay makeup products. Stay tuned. Okay, I am back, and as you can see, I don't completely have my base on. Now, since Arismay sent me some of their foundation and their concealer, I want to use these for my base. Now, truth be told, since I do drag makeup, I do use a lot of drugstore foundation, especially for doing videos. But I never expect a drugstore foundation to cover beard and to cover the eyebrows. They're not made for that. There's very few foundations, liquid foundations, that are really made, even full coverage ones that will really cover beard and the eyebrow shadow. What I usually use is a foundation stick, like my Krylon. If you watch Drag Race, the drag queens always use this because it's very long lasting. They're on TV. They've got to have a base that's going to last for hours and hours and not show stubble coming through if they do have stubble, which most of them do. So, in all fairness, to make this work for me for a drag look, I did use some of my Krylon just on the beard area and on the eyebrows. And this is what I do for a lot of my videos that I do. The beard area and the eyebrows are covered with something that is formulated to cover something like beard or, like the eyebrows. And then I always go over with just a regular drugstore foundation. Because honestly, the areas of our faces that don't have beard, for you know, anybody. It's the same for anyone, except of course for your, you know, your pH levels, whether you're, you know, more oily or dry. But really, this, from, you know, this up, the skin is pretty much the same for everyone, because you know, nobody grows beard, like, you know, in this area. So that area is pretty much the same for all of us. So any foundation is going to cover. I hope that's making sense. So anyway, here is the foundation. It comes in this beautiful glass bottle. This is color 04. I don't know what the name is on the website. Now, I did swatch it, and it's a little more yellow for me, but that's okay. I mean, considering that they sent it to me, you know, just based on what they've seen in pictures, it's a pretty close match. They also sent me this sponge. I usually don't use sponges for the base foundation. Usually I will use brushes for that. I will use sponges for the highlighting and contouring, but usually base foundation, you know, when I'm using a liquid, I prefer to use a brush. But you know, they sent this, so we're gonna use it. We're gonna try it out. So let's see. I'm gonna, you know, put some on the sponge, and we're gonna go in. I have to say, this foundation, it sort of has this like, sort of like a cucumber fresh smell. It's really, it really smells really nice. Yeah, I think it's a little more yellow than what I would normally pick, but it's a pretty good match, and definitely full coverage. So nice. Okay, that went on really nicely, and it's definitely full coverage. Might be a little too light for what I like to do now in drag, but that's fine. I can make anything work, and of course, you know, they're not responsible for the color match. I mean, really, that would be up to the individual to get the right shade for themselves. So there's no criticism of that. All right, so I'm gonna go in with some of this concealer just to highlight, you know, like where I usually do my highlighting, just because we have it. We're gonna try it out. It's actually, is it light enough? I'm not sure. I would probably prefer a lighter concealer than this for highlighting, but that's okay. With my lights, and in the monitor, I'm seeing it looks lighter, but like in my mirror, I don't see it looking as light as it does. So I mean, but that's okay. I do like the tip and the flat edge on the sponge. Yeah, as far as highlighting, I don't think that concealer is a light enough color, but it looks really nice on the skin. That's, of course, the most important thing. So I think, yeah, I'm really happy with the base. Now I want to set this with a little powder, and they did send me this beautiful loose powder component. When you take that off, the little powder puff is here. It has like its own place to save it, and then this lifts up, and there's a netting there, and then you just press the puff down on that, and you get your powder on the puff for setting the foundation. And I do like this because I don't like to use a lot of powder anymore. I don't like to bake. I think that's fine for younger skin, but you know, my skin is not as young as it used to be, and I prefer to just use a small amount of powder to just set. And honestly, you don't need a lot of powder to set your makeup. Like, a light coating is all you need to set. You know, and if you're baking and you're finding, like, you know, after a couple of hours you're looking like really dry and cakey and crepey, well, it's probably the baking. So keep that in mind. Base looks great. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and we're gonna just quickly go through that. Okay, well, I think the eyebrows are okay. They're not perfect. They never are. I did use the matte palette to do the brows. I used this brown and some of that black, and they look good. I'm satisfied with them. So I'm going to put down some eyeshadow base. I think I'm going to continue to try to squeeze the last of these this P. Louise base out. I'm going to set that down, and then we're going to be right back to start doing the eye look. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I set my P. Louise base down, and let us have a moment of silence. We have squeezed the very last drop out of my P. Louise base. There is nothing left in this. I swear, I think I've had this thing for like 4 years. I had this one tube a really long time. It's lasted a really long time. So we are saying goodbye to it. It's going in the garbage. Bye-bye. Which is fine, because we have our new tube, which is ready to start being used. But I was not opening it until I got every last drop out of that. When you do drag, you've got to be thrifty, because you use a lot of makeup, and nobody can afford to be wasting it unless you're, you know, Bianca Del Rio or RuPaul, you know, somebody like that. I'm sure they can afford to waste it. I can't, and most of the drag queens I know can't either. So that's why we squeeze every last drop out. One of the products that I wanted to use that Arismay sent me was this liner. It's a colored liner, and that's it there. Those orange sort of coral lines, and I've actually had this on my hand since yesterday, and despite, you know, washings and everything like that, look how, you know, good it's held up. This is the liquid lipstick that they sent me right there, which is they seem like a perfect match for each other. So when I realized I had, you know, that liner and that lipstick, you know, I said I definitely want to incorporate them into the look. I just want to draw a new line just to show you what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? So one of the things I thought I wanted to do was a something that incorporated orange, but I didn't want to do like an all orange look. And I was looking at an image of a Blend Bunny makeup look. I'll throw a picture up of that quick. And it was like a teal and an orange look, and I'm not going to try to replicate it exactly because I'm just not skilled enough, and I've got to make it for, you know, drag. But I wanted something like that, like with the teal and the orange, and especially since I have the that sort of corally orange liquid lip that they sent me, which, you know, seems so perfectly matched to that liner. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's start by going in with the matte palette. Now this palette I purchased with my own money, and I'm gonna start with this beautiful teal color here, and we're just gonna make a guiding line with the teal, because I've just not been into wanting to put tape down on my eyes. It really isn't good for the eyes either. I mean, it pulls. It lifts the foundation up. Okay, can we see how pigmented that is? I mean, it's really good. It's really good. Okay, now I'm just going to take a pencil brush to sort of make the crease that I want to create. I can always touch up with concealer, so I'm not worried. If we're a little messy here in the beginning, it's fine. Okay, I just wanted to make some guidelines for myself, and now we need to go in and start putting some color down and blending things out. That teal is just beautiful. I mean, gorgeous and so pigmented. I'm still stunned at it. Okay, let me do the same on the other side. Okay, this teal is like a drag queen's dream. It's just so beautiful. Okay, I think what I will do first is I do want to just blend it out at the edges though, and I think I'm gonna go in with what color? Okay, I think I'm gonna blend it out with some of the yellow that's in this matte palette, just because you know, I want to have the teal and the orange, and teal and orange, you know, teal being a green, has yellow in it, and so does orange, so I think that's the way to go. So we're just going to go in with some yellow and blow that out. Okay, really I just wanted to lay the color down. There's, you know, quite a lot more blending that needs to be done, but I also want to deepen up the teal, and I think we're just gonna add some black. Why? Because this is drag, and we love depth and definition in our looks. Okay, I realize this is probably looking a hot mess, but that's okay. I still have a lot of blending to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep blending all this out and do the same on the other side, and I will be right back after that. Okay, so I just kept blending and blending and blending, and I think it looks pretty good. My blending techniques, far from the greatest, but I do what I can. Anyway, let me cut the crease, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do our liner work and work with some of the shimmers from the other palette. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I cut the crease, and as you can see, you need that sort of messiness initially for the blending and everything, and then when you cut the crease, you just give the eyes so much more definition. So you have to trust the process. Okay, so I cut the crease. I used my ColourPop Very White concealer for that. I set it down with some white from the matte palette, just a little bit, and then I went over this side with a little bit of my NYX glitter primer. And now I think I'm going to go in with this orange shimmer on the bulk of the lid, and let's see what happens. I've got my Kaleidos packing brush here. Let us see what happens. I'm going to also be doing a line with that really beautiful orangey eyeliner, and we'll be doing quite a bit of blending at the outer edge. I didn't want to do that yet. That's looking really beautiful. I just love this combination of the orange and the teal. It's looking really beautiful. I gotta tell you, these shimmers, they don't look that pigmented in the pan, but once you start applying them to the eye, my God. And you know what, we're gonna go all the way in, almost all the way in, because then I'm gonna put another shimmer on the very inner corner. But oh, I mean, I hope that shows up on camera as beautifully as it does in the mirror. Okay, now I want to go in with this silvery white shimmer on the very inside, and we're going to blend that into the orange. I just love a silvery white shimmer. Sort of looks like a creamsicle. Okay, and then I think we're going to go the absolute opposite, and on the outer edge, I'm going to try some of this black shimmer, which is really pigmented, so we probably just need a little bit. And then back in with the orange shimmer. Okay, I really love how that looks. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do that little bit of liner work, which I'm going to attempt on camera. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back. I've got all my shimmers set down, and I think I'm happy with it. I got creases. They're not symmetrical at all, but such is life. The face is not symmetrical either. So, I'm going to do a little bit of liner work along the top with the orange liner that they were so nice to send me. And I'm probably not going to talk because I need to hold my breath. Gosh, I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. I mean, it's really pigmented, but I don't know, maybe it's just the colors that I chose. It's just not showing up as much as I would like it to. My fault. It's really beautiful, though. I mean, I do have to say that. I just wish it was showing up more, you know. And I don't know if I should have taken it that far down. My liner work, not the greatest by any means. I mean, it's something that I struggle with. I mean, I see people doing such incredible things with the liners, and I wish I had that expertise. So, well, let me jump off camera, do the same on the other side. I'm probably going to tinker with it a little bit, and then we'll just proceed with the under eye. Okay, I'm back. So I did the liner work on the other side, and yeah, it's not my best liner work, but I have to tell you, it's not the fault of the liner. This liner is so good. I mean, let me just do like a few lines here. Look how pigmented it is. I mean, it's just beautiful. It really is. It's a beautiful liner. So I can't fault the liner. I really can't. The other thing I want to do is do a little bit of black liner on the upper eyelid, and this is their black liner. I mean, it's beautifully packaged. It's velvet with this copper banding. I mean, I've never seen a liner like this. It's just beautiful. And actually, these black lines, I tested the liner out yesterday, and this is from yesterday, and even, you know, washing hands and things like that, it's still there. So obviously it's a long-lasting formula. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy. I just really want to do a line for my eyelashes, and they sent me eyelashes that I'm going to be using. My eyelids do not take liner well because they're mature. Hashtag mature goddess, Tomcat. It's an inside joke. But it did the trick. You can see the difference that just doing that black line does of giving definition to the look. And there we go, just a little bit of a point. It makes a huge difference to the look. Okay, let me do the same on the other side, and then I'll be back and we'll do the under eye. Okay, so I did my black liner work, and I think that looks really good. I'm just going to do a little bit of color on the under eye, and I'm going to go in with the teal that I originally set down. This teal is just so beautiful. And maybe a little bit of the black. Okay, I think that's basically it. I may do a little bit more blending there. I'm just going to do the same on the other side. Off camera, finish everything up, and come back to you with a finished look. So stay tuned. And I'm back, and here it is, the finished drag look. What do you all think? Now, I have to be completely honest. I love this look. I just love how this came out. It was completely unplanned, and everything just came together perfectly in the end. From my wig choice, dress choice, jewelry, everything. I just love how it looks. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so just to go over what I did when I went off camera, of course, my normal drag contouring, highlighting. I used, let me pull it out here, this color in the matte palette as blush, and I really like how that looks. On the lip, I used this color from Arismay. It's this beautiful bright orange, red orange. I really don't know how to describe it. I don't have a color like it in my collection, and it's really beautiful. I used that as the base, and then I went in with the Shimmer Palette with some more of that orange shimmer that I really love, and also some of the bright white shimmer on the lip, and love it. I love it. And I also used some of this bright white as my upper cheek highlight. I hope you can see it there. I think it looks really nice. I ended up not using the lashes. They were just a little too small for this look, but I think I will definitely use them for more of a soft glam look in a future video. They just were they're a beautiful lash, don't get me wrong, but for what I needed today for a drag look, they were just too small. There was nothing wrong with them. They just were not right for this look. So those were all the Arismay products that I used to create this drag look, and everything worked really good. I can't say enough good things about the palette. Especially the matte palette. The pigmentation and the blendability of the matte palette is just so good. And honestly, the shimmer palette, because I don't use a lot of shimmers, and when I first looked at it, I thought it was a lot more muted than it is, but once you start applying them, they have a lot of pigmentation for a shimmer. They really do. And I can't wait to do some more looks incorporating these shimmers. I also have to point out the foundation and the concealer worked really nicely. I think the base looks great. I have no complaints whatsoever, and I'm going to use up every last drop of that foundation and that concealer. There is no doubt about that. All of the Arismay makeup products were just so good. They absolutely get the drag-worthy stamp of approval from me. I definitely would go out on stage with this look, I think everybody would be gagged. I'm going to leave all the details for Arismay down in the details, and I will also leave a link for the previous video that I created where I used just the matte palette. Now, if you like this video, then please hit the like button down below, and as long as you're clicking on the like button, you might as well click on the subscribe and the notification bell. Make sure to listen to my weekly podcast, God'll Get You for That, Walter, which is the show I do with Tom Cat. We review episodes of the 1970s sitcom Maude, which starred B. Arthur. We talk about the show, we discuss how things were in the 1970s, how things have changed, and in many ways how things have stayed the same. There's also my internet variety show, Naughty or Nice, that I do with the horror diva Alexis Flame. We also have a complete line of merchandise for Naughty or Nice, including the Naughty or Nice eyeshadow palette, and I will leave the details for all of the shows, the merchandise, everywhere to find me, Toni Homeperm, on social media. All of it will be listed down below. Well, kids, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see all of you again in my next one. Bye-bye.